Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. Today we're going to be working with this new collection, and this is the lovely in lace. So for this one we have the ribbon border, and this one is the ornate border, and I've got 2 word sets in this pack just to keep them safe and on a magnetic sheet. And these are the words that you will get in the Thinking of You word dies, and this one is the Occasions word dies. Now I also want to use this Simply Dots embossing folder, and I really love this folder. So I'm going to make 2 cards, one from each of the die sets. This one is just a top folded 5x7, and this is a 5x7 gatefold. So with this die I have cut a panel in yellow, and that's going to sit on the front of my card, and the die sets are also 5x7. And from this die set I've taken this die and I have cut 2 of these panels. Now I've scored them at 2.5 inches on both panels, and they are going to wrap around this piece. Now for both cards I've cut another piece. This one is going to sit inside there, and this one will sit inside there, but I'm going to put both of these pieces through the embossing folder. So once I've done one of the pieces, this is what it will look like. Now if you wanted to add some colour to your pattern, then you can letterpress with your embossing folder. So this is the side now with the little knobbles facing upwards, and all I'm going to do is just with a brayer, because I only want to touch those little knobbles on the top, so I'm just going to run my brayer over the top. And now I can pop my piece of card into the other side and make sure it's level, and then close the folder and run that through my die cutting machine. Now you will need to read your manufacturer's instructions for how to use embossing folders in your machine, but once it's gone through, this is the pattern that I have with the beautiful dots on my card. Now I also want to put some texture into this panel. Again, I'm taking the embossing folder and I'm just going to partially place this inside, and I'm going to line it up along this top edge, and I'm going to emboss that in the machine. And once I've done that, I have this pattern in the side of my card. Now with this piece we're going to thread some ribbon through it, so I'm coming up through the first piece and I'm using the little ovals that are cut into it there. So if the pattern goes down to the back, that pattern there will be visible on the front of your card, and it will look like this once it's finished. So let's carry on with the weaving. So once you have your ribbon woven through there, just add a little bit of glue to these pieces here and glue it down. And then once you've glued it down, you can take your scissors and just trim off the edge. Now for these panels, you're going to add the glue along the solid bits and add it to your card. So once you have these 2 pieces in place, if you're not happy about the join on the back, you can always cover it with some ribbon, or you can use pearls to just go down the back. Now with the other panel, I've added some foam tape to the back, and I'm going to add this to my top folded card. So now with these panels inside, we can start to decorate the inside. So we can add the extra 2 pieces that we put through the embossing folder into the card. And there's my gatefold. And now we can start to decorate both cards with other pieces from the die set. Now for both my cards, I've used the banner, the little label dies, and I've turned them both into happy birthday cards, and they're going to sit on those labels. Now for this I've used gold card, and that's going to sit along there. Now I've taken some of these little flowers and I'm going to add these to the inside of the card. And then with this die I've cut 2 in white and 2 in gold. And they're the flowers for the front of my card. Now for this one I've cut as many leaves as I need, and to get the flowers I've kept the bits that would fall out, I've kept them in the middle. So all I've done is put the die on my card and run it through, and then before I take the die off I've added some foam tape to the back, or some double-sided foam to the back, just to keep everything in place, and that will give me 3 flowers that will sit on my card. So let's get ready now and put these cards together. So for this one I've added my flowers to the front and I've dotted the leaves around. Now for this one I want my flowers to be half over the panel, so I've added that to where I want it to be, and I've made a little pencil line. Just make a mark around there. Now the foam pads need to be added on this side of the pencil line, so that when that's glued down it won't fasten that card closed. Now once we have those in place, we can do exactly the same with the sentiment. We're just going to add glue or foam pads to the side that we want to stick to the card, so that the other side is free. And then on the top of that I'm going to add in my birthday greeting. Now to neaten the inside of this, I've cut another shape and I've just glued that to the back. You can also add extra shapes to this if you wish. That will also make it look a bit tidier. But there are my 2 finished cards, and those are the die sets that I've used. So these are the dies that we've used to create the cards. I've used the Simply Dots embossing folder, the ribbon border and the ornate border from the Lovely in Lace collection, and I've used the word dies and the occasions word dies set. These are the cards that we've made. So this is a top folding card with the dotty inside. This is the gatefold card that I created, and this is another one that's a top folding card that's in pink and white. Now all those are ready to send. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me on the next one. And why not subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell, then you'll always be aware when I add a new video. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.